Welcome to this Mangold tutorial about working with multiple media files in Interact. Using Mangold Interact, you can open and run as many multimedia files simultaneously as your computer can handle. Multimedia files can be both audio and video files and can be opened in various ways, either through the Recent Media Files list, the File Open menu on the Start tab, or by dragging the files directly from the Windows Explorer or the macOS Finder into the Interact application window. Files can be opened one at a time or all at once. All you need to do is confirm that you want to play multiple files simultaneously. Each multimedia file opens in a separate window that can be freely resized and positioned across monitors. To resize each window in fixed steps, right-click the little Multimedia Settings icon and select the predefined steps in percentage. Once all videos are open and satisfactorily positioned, hit play and watch how the videos move as one because all videos use the same timeline. During the observation, all events are logged on this mutual timeline. Each video window receives a number reflecting their opening order. The file opened first serves as the time master, and all other files sync to that timeline. The master multimedia window is labeled with this M in brackets in the bottom left corner of that video window. If the media files have a different number of frames per second, they still use the same timeline. When there is a big difference, the file with the highest frame rate is best opened first, because that first file determines the current FPS and thus the calculated duration of a single frame. How many recordings can be played in sync depends on the computer's capacity. If playback is choppy or otherwise distorted, it is usually caused by a performance issue. In rare cases, the distortion is caused by inaccurate video codecs used during recording or when digitizing recordings. To check the bottleneck for the lack of performance is easy. Open the Windows Task Manager and switch to the Performance tab. Minimize the Task Manager window, but do not close it, and play the videos until the issue occurs. Pull the Task Manager window back up and take a look at the various resources. When usage for one or more resources rises above 80 to 90% regularly, a lack of that resource is most likely causing the trouble. macOS users can check the Activity Monitor app available under Utilities. The moment the Start Observation button is clicked, Interact will ask about file storage, as explained in the tutorial on how to link multimedia files in the Mangold INTERACT software, so I won't explain this any further at this point. No matter what we do, Interact will enter a reference for each media file into the transcription area of the current dataset, allowing us to open or reference media files with a simple double click. The order of the links in this transcription area determines the order of opening the recordings and thus specifies the master video mentioned before. You can rearrange the links manually if you want. When the videos are recorded in sync, there is nothing left to do before you can start with the observation. But if the media files were recorded by independent devices that could not start the recording simultaneously, manually syncing them in Interact is the next step. Manually syncing recordings works best if there is a usable syncing signal right before the actual session starts. A proper signal would be something like a flashlight, a clapboard, a specific movement, or a digitized clock that is visible for all cameras. Interact does not edit the recordings themselves, but it can virtually shift the start time for each recording to make them play in sync. Presuming the required media files are already open, this is how the manual syncing works. If still active, stop the observation mode in order to adjust the timing of each media file. Click on the Multimedia Settings icon of the first video window. Use the slider in the Multimedia Time Settings dialog to roughly position that video on the visible syncing signal. Use the arrow keys on your keyboard for more precision and click OK to save the changes. Interact Now automatically adds the offset to the file reference of that media file in milliseconds, like this. This offset value defines the new starting point of this recording, virtually removing that first part from the recording. Repeat this for each of the other recordings. Open the settings, use the slider and the arrow keys to position the video, and confirm the changes with OK. When the offset for each recording is set, each file reference holds the corresponding offset information in milliseconds. You see? To verify all went well, close all recordings and double-click the start time of the set that holds the references to reopen all linked media files, ensuring that all recordings are opened using their specified offsets. Each video will now start at the previously selected frame that showed the syncing signal. Once offsets are defined, and this is very important, the recordings must always be opened by double-clicking on a time value from the set containing the file references. Interact only reads the referenced offset information when the double-click method is used. This ensures that the media files are positioned at their respective offset positions for synchronized playback. Opening one or more of those multimedia files manually through the File Open menu or any other method described at the start of this video will ignore the specified offset sync settings, causing the recordings to play out of sync again. This virtual editing can, of course, also be used to remove the first part of a single video to eliminate preliminary material and ensure that the timing of the actual session starts at 0. To fine-tune the offsets, you may also edit the millisecond value in the transcription area to optimize the synchronization based on milliseconds rather than images. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to like and subscribe. We are happy to speed up your research, so watch our other videos to learn more.